Good morning and welcome back to my weekly RAJE Fix. This week we're going to speak about marriage. Marriage. Yes, that beautiful, important subject that every Jewish mother speaks to her children about. Well, Abraham is raising his son Isaac, and Isaac is getting older. He's not such a young man anymore. It's time for him to move on in life. And Abraham says, Isaac, I gotta find a good bride for you. So he sends his servant Eliezer out to find the perfect bride for his son. Abraham is going to be the patriarch, one of the fathers of the Jewish people. We have to find the perfect girl. And Eliezer is his trusted servant. Abraham's an old man already, and he goes out to look. And he comes to a well, and there's many people there. Many different girls, all seemingly fine, upstanding girls. And he doesn't know what to do. So he says what many of us would do. He says, please, God, send me a sign. Send me an omen. I don't know which one to pick. And he says, this is what we're going to do. The first girl that I go over to and I ask her for some water, and she says to me, I'll give you water, and I'm going to also feed all of your camels as well. That is going to be the perfect person. That is who I will pick. And that's exactly actually what happened. He went over to the first girl he saw, and he says, please, I'm so thirsty. It's a big, huge desert. It's 190 degrees. I'm boiling hot. Please give me some water. And Rebecca says back to him, yes, I will give you water. And not only that, I'll give all your camels some water as well. It was very hot, and the camels had to drink as well. And she gives everybody. And Rebecca ends up becoming the matriarch, the mother of the Jewish people. The question is, I don't understand. Judaism doesn't work that way. We don't work with omens. It's not like you're allowed to say, oh, I see a black cat, or I walked under a ladder, or there's a broken mirror. We're not allowed to say, oh, that's a bad omen. If this happens, then I'm going to do this. We're not allowed to do that in Judaism. So how can he do that? So the Ran answers a beautiful thing. He says that you're allowed to do that if it's within the context of the decision that you're about to make. In other words, if you are trying to find a wife for a certain person, then you're allowed to say, oh, if she says certain things that I like, that are perfect, then that is a good sign. That you're actually allowed to do. And that's what happened over here. But Rav Yoshe Ber Soloveitchik says even more. He says the most beautiful thing. He says that, no, it's not just that it was within the context of the decision that he was making. Much more than that. He was looking for somebody of kindness. You know, unfortunately, many times when we look for a spouse, sometimes we don't look for the right things. Sometimes we look for a bank account. Sometimes we look for looks. Sometimes we look for just if they're going to give us a good time. We don't necessarily look for the right things. Those are all important things, don't get me wrong. But the most important thing is, are we going to have a bride? Are we going to have a spouse? Are we going to have a husband who is kind and giving? And not just giving, but is willing to go well beyond the call of duty to give to others. You see, he asked one thing. He asked, just give me water. When she answered, not only am I going to give you water, I'm going to give everybody, all of your camels, all of your servants, I'm going to give everybody else water as well. That's when he realized that she was the perfect person. And we have to know on our own, when we're looking for a friend, when we're looking for a spouse, when we're looking for a teacher, what is the character trait? Not necessarily what can they do for us, but as much as what are they doing? How much are they giving to others? And that is the lesson in this week's Parsha. You know the joke, right? How is a wedding like a 3-ring circus? First, there's the engagement ring. Then there is the wedding ring. And then the rest of your life is suffering. Ha 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 ha. I'm just joking. Don't tell my wife I said that joke. Have a great day. Bye-bye.